put
No,
her
I'm
gun
not.
off duty?
I'm not talking about the government. The government
Okay,
already
guys.
signed it.
No, the governor. You just said the governor signed the warrant. Dude, you're force RPing us into a fucking warrant. And this is the second time you've done this. If you want a warrant signed, you have to go to an actual supervisor or a staff member and get it signed. And if you can't get them to approve it, then you have to get consent from all parties in the role play. You literally just walk onto properties with warrants that you say that you have obtained and just force everybody into doing what you want them to do.
I never.
We did nothing wrong. You had no probable cause for us because even though you heard gunshots, there's a whole rest of this neighborhood. Just because we got tags over our heads, just because we're the only ones outside, like, how do you know somebody wasn't shooting inside? How you gonna roll up and get a warrant for something that you didn't physically see? You rolled up after the fact because you heard gunshots. So how did you get a warrant for my property?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure from the unit that I have.
Investigate.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I had a unit around this area that heard the same gunshots. I'm not sure who it would be. I don't know, and not sure if there was a person here, but I'm pretty sure that I had a couple other units that rolled down here after I had a call saying somebody had guns.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we told y'all multiple times that it was the exhaust backfiring.
And right? It was exhaust.
You decided no, and that you were stubborn because you can't.
Yeah, you straight up just came to me, told me you were GIU, and I knew that was good.
If we want to say that something is something, like, it's part of the role play.
This is out of RP.
Backfiring sounds like gunshots. That's why I told you to go back to your car, because I was trying to save you from looking the way that you do right now. To go back to your car and look up the video of something backfiring, an engine backfiring, a car backfiring, whatever it is that, and listen to it. And you decided no, because I know what gunshots are, and I'm coming on this property one way or another. And then you pulled out this warrant, and you said that the governor signed it. First of all, governors don't sign warrants.
And then you said the governor was on vacation.
Chiefs of police don't sign warrants.
They don't sign it while they're on vacation. Usually they'll set it on their desk or put it in their box until they come back from vacation. So he didn't sign.
And this isn't the first time that you've done it. I don't know what that other scene was that you had some kind of like entry paperwork. Like, I don't know what entry paperwork is. And you can't get a search warrant on private property for somebody, playing music on their property. Like, you can tell them to turn it down, but you can't grab a crowbar and break in because you have some kind of entry paperwork. Like, that makes no sense, dude.
And then you said you got a search warrant for a noise.
Like, we're gonna stop talking now, even though we could go on for hours. We're gonna let you try and explain it, but
we're trying to help you understand more of the lawful way to do it.
Right. And we're trying
we're not scolding you for it. We're trying to help you to do it next time the lawful way,
right,
the way that it should be done. And if you didn't know that, then we could tell you.
So this is why well, I don't know if they're here on an official capacity, even though they have the tags on, but this is why we've called admins down here, because this isn't the first time that you've done this, and it's force RP. So we're trying to get this figured out so that it doesn't happen again, because you keep forcing us. We're trying to do scenes, and you keep. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is why we requested admins down here, because and we want it to be the last time so that we can, figure this out. So you're not just making stuff up, because it's force RP to get a warrant signed by somebody that's invisible. Like I said, if you're gonna get a warrant signed, it has to be done by a supervisor, a staff member, or if you can't get either of those, consent of all parties in the roleplay. Because if not, then you're forcing somebody to go along with something that they might not want to do. So whoever wants to take it from here can take it from here, but I think me and Diesel set our P's.
Okay, so Jackson, do you have anything to say about what happened, first off, before we say anything? Because you've been pretty quiet the whole time.
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Hash Q, this is an out of roleplay situation, so please move on.
Oh yeah, there's one. So if there's no supervisors on, then how would I at least get a search warrant from them? Or if knowing if there's any staff members on, how would I be at least to know if there's any of them online as LEO?
You could use out of character chat and ask if there's anyone.
Okay, aside from that topic, that part of the topic, is there anything else you have to say about what happened, Jackson? It's all true, everything these gentlemen just said?
Yeah. Not most of it, but yeah.
That's a little bit confusing. Could you please give your side of the story?
Yes. Alright, so the scene that I was at with the noise complaint, we had an entry paper to at least go onto the premises and see what's going on. I yelled over there a million times saying if there's anybody over there that could go ahead and speak with me. They completely ignored me, and then I went over the radio saying, can we get an entry paper? Deputy got an entry paper for me and showed the entry paper to the security guards. After they showed the entry paper from the security guards, they denied us to go ahead and talk to the household owner. And after I went over and asked them again, they still denied me. Then, after that, I spoke with another trooper and said, we need to go ahead and get this over and go get a ticket for NCSO. And after I wrote that ticket down to get traffic moving, because I didn't want traffic to keep backing up. After I got that over with, I went and got the ticket, got that placed onto their door. After I got it on the door, I went and got back on duty. Then I had let me repeat that again. It was a call for somebody having guns. After I got the call for guns, I went back to the PD, got in uniform for GIU. After I got on GIU, I went here because we had no GIUs at all. And I got here, then I said what was going on because I got a call for somebody having guns, and they said that their vehicle backfired. And then I left and went back on duty because I was going to go back to the PD. After maybe a short minute, I heard some automatic gunfire, like single fire and then more automatic gunfire. I came back here and I requested a couple more units. Then I said, let's go ahead and get a search warrant to go on their premises so we can go ahead and speak to them face to face. Then after I got the search warrant, I said that it was signed by the chief of police and the governor. And then after that, oh hell, I don't know what the rest is. But then we have the...
Okay, so when exactly was it that you were saying you were going to get this warrant?
Yes. I don't remember. I think it was probably 30-40 minutes ago. I don't remember.
I mean, during this encounter, was it just the last time that you did it? Like, was that when you were in the car? After, when you were over here, I saw you crouching by your door. Was it that during that time?
Yeah, that's when I was typing and getting the paper.
Okay. So the server's about to reset. You guys want to come back here afterwards?
And you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll see you then.
Cool. Thank you.
She just texted me a picture of her titties. What? You found what? Where? Well, shit, it ain't mine.
Okay, gentlemen, is everyone here?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Okie dokie. So basically, y'all both are accusing each other of different things. Baltimore, you're correct in some things that you said. You can't just pull a warrant out of nowhere. You did do it properly though. You did call it in. You did it over radio. You did it over global chat. Baltimore, there actually is no rule stating that you need to go to a supervisor or up to get a warrant. I understand where you're coming from, and it does make sense because you can't just have people running around with warrants for everything all the time for anything. But at the same time, again, there's no rule for that as long as he's doing it properly. But as I said, Baltimore, you were correct about some things. Jackson, the people that you were saying where the warrant came from, it just totally didn't make any sense. But Baltimore, you can't fault everyone for not knowing every bit of law, so you kind of have to just work with them a little bit. But Diesel, I think that's where you came in, and you were saying, why we have to just try and get people to learn how to RP a little bit better. So Jackson, in the future, warrants will usually come from a judge, and you're probably going to need a little bit more proof. You probably wouldn't go with a warrant to try and come onto his property. If you guys heard gunshots, you could have just went with probable cause. So that probably would have avoided a lot of this.
Yeah, I saw where he went to everybody but the judge. That's what I was going to correct, because the governor, the mayor, the police chief, they don't do that. The judge is the one that signs off on the search warrant. That's what I was going to correct before. Yeah, I understand.
Yep.
It's
Your
just-
friend, do you have anything to say?
So the thing that bothers me is that it's not the first time that it's happened. Like if it was just one kind of, if it was just like a one-time thing, then I'd brush it off and I'd be like whatever. But it feels like every single scene that Jackson shows up on with us, he always pulls some sort of warrant or something from somewhere to get to where he wants to go, without having proof. Like if you were to say probable cause because shots fired, yada yada yada, like, all right, you know what, you can whatever, you can take a look, but I'm not coming down off the roof so that you can put me in cuffs, so that you can search my whole property, so you can search my cars just to find something. And that's what was like, that's the shit that was about to happen. We had 6 officers pointing guns at us for something that they didn't even know that we did, and we didn't have guns out, we didn't have nothing. We were chill with them the whole time. I told them, I was talking to them calm, and then poof, warrant. And then I accidentally dropped off the roof, and then when I tried to go back and be like, oh, 22 that, let me get back on the roof because it was an accident. Now I got 3 different people running at me with shotguns, and like, it was a bit much, and it felt like it was force RP, because they're putting me in that situation where if I do try and walk away from it, then me or whatever they want to do, because I'm running and they heard gunshots. And it's concerning. It's more of the force RP like aspect, because at what point do I get to say, like, dude, that's completely unlegit, where would you get a warrant from? Or like, where is it that the role play turns into something that wouldn't happen, and you can say, I don't want to role play this, before it gets to the point of, well, you're just saying this because it's not going your way, when in fact it's more of a, this wouldn't be any type of way at all. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. That's why I always try and drop like subliminal hints, like continuously saying no, like I did. You know what I mean? And I'm not afraid to say it straight up, but I just don't want to, like, drop somebody out of the immersion like that. But
Yeah, I saw you were trying to stay in character there, but I mean, again, if he's not just conjuring up warrants for no reason out of nowhere, then there's really no reason to deny them. And I understand also you were under the pretense that it has to be signed by like a supervisor or something. So I'm just gonna say right now, no one here is getting in trouble today. It's more like what Diesel said. Everyone just has to learn to RP a little bit better. Not you, Diesel. I mean, Baltimore. Excuse me. You're good there. Obviously, you know your stuff, but you also have to understand that not everyone is on the same level of seriousness, and not everyone has the same knowledge. So you kind of have to give a little bit of leeway at the same time.
Yeah, no, I completely understand, and I do want this to be a learning moment. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, but I do want this to be a learning moment. But it feels as though you know, we're saying stuff and it's going in one out, like in one ear and out the other. You know, even on the other scene, we tried to explain things to him, still in character and stuff, and he just kind of brushed it off like, "No, I'm gonna do it my way," and it was kind of irritating.
Yeah,
Because,
I mean,
you know,
and I know where you're coming from too, Baltimore. Jackson also just, I didn't see the part where he said that there's, 6 cops aiming guns at you guys, but again, just think about real life. Like, cops are, if they did things like that all the time, it would be a hell of a country
A
in
lawsuit.
any country. And yeah, it just wouldn't be good. You wouldn't want that to happen to you. So that's why I always say, just imagine how things would go in real life. And usually you'll be fine from there.
And can I point out something
Yeah.
real quick?
What's up?
I did not inform everyone that had the guns. I never told them to have guns out.
Oh yeah, that's
But,
not on you. You're not a
um,
supervisor. You're not scene command, so they're not obligated to follow you, even if you did say that.
Yeah, but I still didn't understand why like so many people had fucking ARs out and then shotguns out. But the guy, the deputy that was right beside me, he's fine with the shotgun. I told him to have the shotgun with me, and then I requested another unit with me, because if these guys were still on the roof and they would have came down and then started getting a little bit of belligerent and then started throwing some punches, they would have put them in cuffs and then detained them, because I still wanted to know why there was still shots from it, because I didn't believe them a split second from their vehicle, because those guns sounded really automatically and it was just so much.
Yeah, I mean it's GTA, so people are used
Yeah, I
to
understand the gun point. I mean, there really isn't a way we can make a car backfire like that.
Yeah, but we were trying our best, and we were telling everybody who came down here continuously. And you know, the people like these two were sitting there with the car, working on it, turning the key. Obviously, you guys were hearing it, and we were trying to tell you like back to back to back, like, "Oh no, it's just
And that
backfiring."
didn't just
And then
start here
it's
on
like,
Grove
"Oh
Street.
no, it's
It
gunshots."
started from when he was fixing his car up there at his other crib up there in the
Vinewood, yeah. And from the one up in Vinewood, he was playing loud music and having his engine ramming. So when I showed up there with 2 units, we were talking to each other and seeing what we can do to go ahead and engage contact, uh, so we can go ahead and see what's going on and why there's loud music going on, because somebody in the neighborhood called the cops on him because he was playing loud music. Most of it is just a domestic of sound, because I was like, why is he just spamming his music and blaring it for the entire neighborhood to hear?
That's where I'm gonna pause that, because the 911 call never had music. There was no music. As a matter of fact, there was no music until towards the end, about the 4th or 5th time that you were mentioning that the 911 call had music in it, but there was no music, and I have these two to attest for it. I had no music going. It was just revving the engine, and that's all that the 911 call said.
Huh, then how did I hear the person's playing music? Because that makes no sense.
person played the music at the end.
Yeah,
I
that
was
at the
playing
very end
music
before
at
we
the end, but it was never in the 911 call,
huh.
and it wasn't until the very end
left.
when we
The only
left.
thing that's in
So,
that one call is that is him working on his car and revving it. That was it.
Huh.
But
Well then, why did I see there was music in it?
there was music at the end when we started playing.
No, I'm talking about in
Music
the
in
911
what?
call. In the
There
911
was
call,
not.
I saw it in the chat, and I was like, there's music going on then.
I wrote word for word. My neighbor is is revving his engine. It's super loud and obnoxious. That's what I wrote with exclamation points, and I sent it off to the police.
Do you have
Okay.
a screenshot of what you're saying?
Nah, because I don't really do things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we wanted it to be a learning moment.
Mhm.
Like, at the same time, it's confusing to the point where, you know, you pull out a warrant and it's like, well, what's the warrant from? what evidence do you have of the crime that we've committed? Of the
That's what I'm
probable cause
hoping
of-
he learns.
Now, probable
is
cause
that-
is a different situation. Probable cause is a whole different situation. But for you to say that you have a warrant or entry, I don't know what entry paperwork is to begin with. But it, you know, and I understand, you know, it might be a little bit fresh to you, but like I said, we want it to be a learning moment. But continue going back to back and requesting warrants just to get to where you want to go to investigate is not a thing. Like once you have the evidence and you need to go and do a search warrant or, you know, an apprehension warrant or whatever, then you can do that. But you can't get a warrant to gain access to an area to start an investigation based off of something that's
yeah, because that judge will get that
told to
that request. He won't even look at it. He'll throw that thing straight in the trash. He's not gonna sign that. He's gonna look at it and he's gonna throw it in the trash. That's not a reason to do. That's not a search warrant reason.
Now, we not at all would we have been opposed to you saying probable cause or, you know, even you know, reasonable suspicion as a far reach. It, you know, it is what it is. You know, we wouldn't even have a problem with that. But for the warrant, when you bring up a warrant, it comes with a lot of questions.
But
you know, when you say you have a warrant, then it's, you know, because probable cause, and I'll admit it, it's very vague, and you can get away with a lot. But when you come up with a warrant,
Yeah, warrant
okay, well, it
means
has to be a
there's
signed
proof.
piece of paper.
yeah,
Warrant
'cause
means it's a lot more
the paper-
official.
Yeah, because the papers just appeared in your car at the end of the scene. Because you
Right.
didn't leave
Yeah.
the scene to go get the papers. Nobody brought them to you. They poof into your car.
Yeah, that was
That's
yeah,
part,
that was another
that's part of it.
thing because you were
It'd
you were
take a little
standing
bit for
by
them
the
to sign it.
car. Right. Yeah. So we were
Leave, go
yeah,
to the court,
That was
get a sign, come back. Not
yeah. That was
Yeah,
that was
now
really
see, that's
sad
what I'm
because-
saying. Now, if he did that and puts it in global chat, that's okay. You don't need a supervisor for that. But if he did go back, gets his warrant, puts it in global chat so y'all can see it and have a chance to react, even though it technically is metagaming, you shouldn't use that information. But, you know, again, you can see that it's legitimate. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, my problem with the end part of that was that the scene had already gone on to the point where we were told that he had a warrant. And then at the car, when he was crouching by the car, it says gets warrant signed by such and such, which was the governor and the mayor, I believe, or whoever it was, the chief of police. And then it turned into an I don't know kind of game. So it was basically like the warrant was signed at the end, and then you couldn't get into contact with the chief of police who supposedly signed it because
He was on vacation.
he was on vacation. And then you couldn't get in contact with the governor because
Right, 'cause he was
apparently
on
he was off
vacation.
duty
Or
or
off-
on vacation or whatever. And then it becomes, well, okay, well, you know, who
well, it was
signed the warrant and why
basically
did they
this,
just
like,
sign
they
it after
couldn't
you
come
already
up-
told
so
us?
they wanted to come inside. We told them no. Walked up to us, yo, we got a search warrant in our car. He goes to his car, pulled out a search warrant. Yo, here's a search warrant. We're gonna come inside your property. No going to the courthouse. No going to get it, RPing it out, going to the courthouse, getting it filled out. Basically, like, yo, paper just poof into my car.
Yeah,
Let me go
like,
grab them.
he had it ahead of time
Hand
or
them to you.
something.
I'm coming.
Like-
in. Like, I'm coming in there. I'm gonna arrest you. Have it right here, out of nowhere. Ain't even leave this area. They just appeared in this vehicle.
Yeah, and Jackson, don't get me wrong. We're not trying to like bash you, but
No.
at the same time, it's
Trying to help
you know.
do it
And
the
I was
lawful way,
talking,
in
yeah,
the right
I was
way.
talking to you reasonably to try and figure out a solution to your problem without violating my rights. You see what I'm saying? And at the end, it just became what it was, which is this. But it, you know, it's a learning situation. But you know, everybody has to learn at some point.
But yeah, we're not trying to get you in any trouble. It's like basically like trying to help you out, trying to help you learn it the lawful way, because the way it was going, that right there was, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, so basically either do the global thing when you have some proof, some evidence, and then get the warrant like that. Again, it doesn't have to be from a supervisor, but at least put in the global chat, ask on the radio. You should probably do both, because just the radio people can't see, but You know what? If you ask on the radio and then you get it or whatever, make sure you put it in the global chat. Says obtained warrant, so that everyone knows it's legit already, that you have it, so that it doesn't just appear in your glove compartment. This way they know you have it, and then that issue can be avoided. And then also, same thing, you can run with other things, like you can say probable cause next time.
There's
Yeah,
also
you can get a lot of you can get away with a lot with probable cause. Sorry for interrupting you.
no problem. There's also one more thing I would like to remind you guys about the rule where if you guys think that he doesn't RP properly or he just pulls out anything, you can always say, hey, whenever you see this person, you can say, hey, I do not RP with you. That is the rule. You can use that rule for your benefit. That's it. Just don't abuse it or say in between. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I just want him. We just want him to learn a little bit more. Learn
Yeah,
the
we don't wanna-
lawful way and the right way. We don't want no actions, nothing to be, or we want to roleplay because, yeah, we're not.
Yeah, we're
gonna
not
do
trying to
that.
be like, no, we don't want to play with you. Like that's
Yeah,
yeah, we want him to learn. You know,
more like teach him a lesson, like let him learn it. 'Cause the way he
Also,
was doing it was just.
in Baltimore, I know you never want to break character. You can always use out of character chat or privately message someone.
yeah, but it always feels weird, especially if like say that I'm the cop, you're the civ, and I'm typing as fast as I can in out of character chat. It takes this move right here to get me anxious. Like the moment that you step close to me, it's like, okay, well now I'm not gonna have time to type. I'm gonna get cuffed right now, and then it's just gonna, like we're not gonna be able to work this out at all. I'm gonna get slammed in the back of a cop car and thrown off into jail. And sometimes that is how it goes, but if I can prevent it, it's better. So, and yeah, the out of character chat is there, but also the entire server sees it. I feel like if the suggestion chat was open, I'd definitely do a proximity out of character chat suggestion, and that would be dope. That way the whole server doesn't be like, oh, and just bashing people in out of character.
Well, you could use the default chat. Just type without typing OC.
Yeah, for some reason that doesn't work for me.
Oh, it's weird.
I don't know if you saw that, but I did not.
Also, there's one more thing, Jackson. Like these guys, they are trying to help you out. If you have any questions, you don't know things, you can always ask. See, you can ask them privately. Like, hey, can I ask you something? I don't know how to do. There are people who are ready to help you. If you don't know something, feel free to do that. Okay.
I'm pretty sure if any of us or anybody on, pretty much anybody, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna tell you off about helping you. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna help you. If you ask them a question, they'll answer you. But
yeah, so
just
and if
come
you
to somebody, ask them a question. We'll help you with it. From what you've learned now, since we've kind of helped you out about learning through the lawful way, maybe you'll do some great RPs through that. But go ahead, Baltimore.
So, if you like wonder who's what, because I noticed that you said like, how am I supposed to know? And it's good in a way that you don't know who the staff are. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, that means you haven't come in interactions with them. But excuse me, sorry, I'm clearing my throat. So, if you look in the chats, like on Discord, on the right side, it'll show you everybody who's on. Usually, if they're in server, they're going to be online on Discord, and you can see. But if you look at it like from time to time, you can start to see who the supervisors are. You can also look in the TeamSpeak, because I saw that you were in the TeamSpeak, and we'll have supervisor tags next to our name. And I don't know about so, but I don't know about the rest of the supervisors, but I don't mind, I don't use my messaging system for in-game things. So if you were to shoot me a text through like player options or online players or whatever, and be like, hey, are you available to someone in the supervisor's office? And it's like, all right, cool. So I'll drag you, and then like you can do that stuff, and then we can talk about it in the supervisor's office, even if I'm a civ. And then, because it's in TeamSpeak, and then it'll be like, okay, well, what's, and we'll have the conversation, and then you can go from there. But that's a good way to know who people are, is to look in the TeamSpeak and also in the Discord and just look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I do know that your friend's in staff because I seen her as staff a lot, and I also had it in contact with her when there was a robbery at the Flicker Bank for Route 68. So
And
most of
also,
these
if you can't
people
find
I
us,
know
and
as
also if
stuff.
you can't, yeah, also if you can't find like a question to your or an answer to your question, you got open support in Discord. I'm pretty sure you'll get an answer like straight off the bat.
Yeah, we're
If
always.
you can't find staff and
Yeah, if I'm not in game, I'm looking at the Discord. Like that's just how that is. So if you see me in game, you can text me in game. If I'm not in game, I'm gonna be looking through the Discord, and usually I'll look at the open support like once every 30 minutes or once every hour. You know what I mean?
yeah, because I ain't got nothing
Unless I'm
else
sleeping.
better to do. So
Yeah, I'm a bored ass mother. I mean,
I
yeah.
stayed up all night, so
well,
right now I'm fuzzy
second
brain.
that.
Yeah. So all right. Yeah, I have nothing else. I mean, so I'm good on mine.
I'm good on mine.
Yeah,
So-
I'm on.
Pretty sure we've all learned a little something, but you know.
I learn a little every day, but me as officer in so many servers for about 4 years now, 4 or 5. Yeah, I learn a little bit more every single day, and now I'm about to be kicked again. All right.
So if we are done here, then we can close the case here.
Yeah, I believe we're good here. I think we're all on the same
Okay.
Oh, my controller's not
Then have a nice day, guys. See you later.
page.
on.
You too.
All right.
Thank you.
You can read the scene.
Yo, what she
I'm about to go. I'm about to go LEO for state.
Yeah, same.
Very good one. Yeah, I'll probably go BCSO then, but I just need to restart my game.
Damn, that's just
Yeah,
me, man.
I might have to because my shit's
Bugged. What do you mean?
Your friend, I loved your YouTube videos.
You mad, bro?
Mountain lions!
Get that son of a gun.
Bad kitty!
He's running, he's running.
I'm getting attacked too. No, I can't help you.
Get out of the vehicle right now.
You guys should have just rammed him with the bear guy.
Step out of the vehicle right now.
Shit! Oh fuck! I messed up again! Oh shit!
Put him up.
Alright, let's go.
Yo, I think we taking the dog home. Yo, we taking the dog home.
Hey dog, you on treat?
What the fuck?
We're doing northbound right now, 910.